to that lead better than I thought he was. When he came on the pit road, though, Phil, over a 3-second lead, Johnny Sauter has now cut that exactly in half.
Yeah, he had a hard time getting by that 32 truck of Miguel Paludo. He's finally made that move, but you can see Johnny Sauter within about 12 truck lengths right now.
A duplicolor time to shine moment. The 7 comes on to pit road. They decide it's time to shine with a 2-tire stop.
It looked like they were planning on 4 tires. You see the pit crew guys putting the left side tires over the wall, but for some reason when they come around,
watch the Jackman now. Jackman's going to try to let, and it looks like maybe a late call to call off 4 tires.
That's the shining moment, brought to you by Duplicolor's new Tire Shine 5X.
Just so you know, Bud, we're like right at being good. I mean, so I know it's hard to ask you to go keep running these lap times and save fuel, but anything you can save us just gonna help us.
He's fixing to have bigger problems than a little bit of a low gas tank.
Yeah.
But Johnny Sauter is just about there, under a second now. Took about a second off the lead in the last 2 or 3 laps. You talked about the trouble he had battling with Miguel Paludo. You can see Sauter just drives right around Paludo, and he's about ready to drive up onto the tailgate of Parker Kligerman.
4 tires working a lot better than 2 tires right now between our top 2. Parker Kligerman out in front of Johnny Sauter. Kligerman only took right side tires. Sauter 4 tires. Perfect.
Well, Rick, Johnny Sauter has really struggled in lap traffic. He's wondering if that's a moment to be able to pass this 7 truck when he gets to him. But he was running equal lap times to the 7 when he was battling with Max Gresham trying to catch the 7. But since he's passed and got clear of lap traffic, about a half a second a lap. And right now he is on the tailgate of the 7 for the race lead.
Guys, Parker Kligerman was running 3rd when that round of green flag pit stops started. You see Sauter tried to get to the outside, not quite able to do it that time, but he did get Parker loose. So if Parker loses his lead to Sauter, but stays ahead of Nelson Piquet Jr., well, then he essentially would have gained a spot by that 2-tire change.
But there's a couple of trucks still inside the top 5, one of which is one of the guys that is battling for this championship. That's Ty Dillon, that is consistently one of the fastest trucks on the track. So a late caution would bite Parker Kligerman, I believe, and Johnny Sauter's fixing to bite him too.
Right now, Johnny Sauter looking to the inside. This is for the race lead. Sauter trying to go back-to-back at Texas Motor Speedway. One earlier this year here. Now still can't complete the pass on Parker Kligerman.
These guys have a couple of seconds over the 3rd place truck of Nelson Piquet Jr., so Sauter can afford to be patient. He saw how fast he caught Kligerman. He can work on him a little bit. You don't want to burn up your whole truck here. Use your tires up making this pass in case there is a late restart.
Down to the bottom of the racetrack once again. Johnny Sauter gets to the inside and by the 7 of Parker Kligerman. Sauter back out in front in Texas.
Johnny Sauter with really a subpar year for his standards. The only bright spot was a win here in June at this very racetrack, and he may go back-to-back.
Sauter able to take the lead back from Parker Kligerman. Pit strategy working for Sauter, not so much for Kligerman here in Texas. 1 second the difference between Johnny Sauter and Parker Kligerman in the WinStar World Casino 350 presented by Pep Boys. Kligerman has dropped back to 2nd, but he still has about a 2-second lead over Nelson Piquet Jr. for that 2nd spot. Piquet Jr. holding out at 3rd. Kyle Busch is 4th. Ty Dillon coming into this championship race 2nd to James Buescher, now in the 5th spot. Buescher all the way back in 11th.
Yeah, Buescher outside the top 10, really just a couple seconds away of potentially going a lap down here.
You can see Nelson Piquet Jr. running right on the bottom of the track. He's really closing hard on Parker Kligerman for that 2nd spot. Johnny Sauter is just 7 laps without a caution. I believe he's going to win this race, but when you have a tough year, sometimes those cautions fly at funny times, and if they line these babies up on these old tires for a green-white checker, whew, no telling what you'll see.
And we've had 9 green-white checkers here at this racetrack, the most of any track on the circuit.
Johnny Sauter doesn't want to see a restart because he was black flagged at this very racetrack for jumping the restart.
He doesn't want to see one for many reasons, and you can say that's one of them, but this race is his if the caution don't fly.
Right now only 11 on the lead lap, and it's about to be 10 because James Buescher is about to go a lap down to Johnny Sauter.
I bet you James Busher never saw this coming, Phil. The race started, he was strong, led, right up front, and now all of a sudden, here late in the going, and he's going to go a lap down.
5 laps to go. Johnny Sauter out in front, has almost a 2-second lead over Parker Kligerman.
And remember, this is a mile and a half. 4 times this year that 31 truck went to victory lane on mile-and-a-half racetracks.
James Busher told me earlier today, I'm not going to play prevent defense. I'm going out there with the idea to win this race, but right now he's trying to salvage any point he can get with only a 15-point lead over Ty Dillon as they're running on the track.
Whoa. I saw top of the screen there just under the Ferris wheel. Justin Lofton barely clearing Brian Silas as they raced off turn 2.
Right in front of our leader, Johnny Sauter. Johnny's opened up almost a 2-second lead right now over Parker Kligerman with only 4 to go, though I think Kligerman is comfortable in second. I don't believe PK has enough time to catch him.
And Kligerman has done an amazing job on those 2 tires. I can't believe he held on like he did. We saw trucks, we saw Cale Gill, we saw Brendan Gaughan fall all the way out of the top 15 by putting on 2 tires. Kligerman's been able to maintain and run along in the second spot.
You know, guys, I wonder if that would have been an original 2-tire call, not taking the extra time for the jackman to run around the left side and actually start jacking the truck up. I wonder if that would have been enough to keep him in front of Johnny Sauter.
Johnny Sauter this time by 2 laps of racing to go at Texas. 3 miles remain here. Still 11 trucks on the lead lap. Johnny Sauter trying to catch that 31 to put him a lap down, trying to hang on to this lead.
I think all Johnny wants to do right now is get to that start-finish line, see that white flag, then he knows the next flag will finish this thing.
And he's coming off turn 4 looking for that white flag.
Going to put the 9 another lap down. Ron Hornaday going a lap down. White flag in the air. One more time around for Johnny Sauter.
That's one way to try to put a bad season behind you. Get the victory lane late in it.
He's going to want to come to Texas more too. Sweeps down here. If he can just make it another half a lap. He's got a comfortable lead.
Johnny Sauter looking to become just the 3rd driver ever to sweep at Texas. Brendan Gaughan did it twice. Ron Hornaday did it once. Johnny Sauter comes out of turn number 4. Checkered flag in the air. Sauter wins at Texas. Parker Kligerman hangs on for that 2nd place finish. Your pole winner, Nelson Piquet Jr., comes home 3rd.
Ty Dillon does what he has to do. He gains points on James Busher.
Just 15 back now. 6 here, 6 there. We'll need about 8 more, and it's going to be even.
Just 2 races remain now that they've taken the checkered flag here at Texas. Fireworks on the back stretch. Not a lot of fireworks today on the racetrack. Johnny Sauter able to get out front after taking 4 tires on his last pit stop. Parker Kligerman with just 2. Sauter will be the one going to victory lane and won't be there.